Good morning, afternoon, evening, gamers. So again, this is just a quick one. I'm watching the internet today as I'm doing other things and making videos of things that I want to make videos of and such and such. Um, and a lot of people will come to find maybe not now, maybe not ever. But the question may come up at some point of why aren't my videos edited? And it's a fair question. And this is not that editing is bad or good. It's more how it's used or how it can be used. I'm going to go to the screen here just to sort of point out what I'm talking about. Now this
Matches. It's fair to say.
is a video that I was just starting to watch. I haven't sort of finished it. I just decided that I wanted to talk about this, and it's called Gamers Caught Cheating. Oh, it's part five, so there's obviously a lot. Now, there was a survey, or they did a survey of how many people cheat in games. I think it was. Let me go back. I don't want to show too much of this video because this is this channel's property. I mean, there are fair use laws, but even so, they've worked really hard on this video, and I don't want to steal anything more than I can use for reference to the point that I'm making. That's kind of all. So if can I go back? I don't know. Because I don't quite remember the. Let me just play a
Doesn't
little
really
bit.
negatively affect anyone. Stream.
Ah, right. So it was back. It was back there a little bit. Was it back a bit more?
On
Okay.
to their enemies in Call of Duty. Maybe 25%, 30%? Well, according to a survey from trainer software provider Plitch, a staggering 50.
Okay. So yeah. So that's just kind of the point I wanted to get at. So apparently they did this survey, and people anonymously, gamers anonymously, 57% admitted to cheating in a game. Now, some of the examples used were single player games. Now, I've always said, like, I admit, in single player games, sometimes I cheat because maybe I'm not having a good time, I'm not having fun. And the idea for me is to play a video game and be entertained and have fun and enjoy myself. If I'm not enjoying myself, then I'm kind of like, well, okay, how do I make this more fun? But that's a single game. It's a single player game. It hurts if anybody me. It hurts me. That's fine. However, as you'll see in this video, I mean, you can go and watch it yourself. Be amazed. They do some fantastic videos. Gamers, caught cheating. These are gamers who are doing it, online. They're making videos, they're entering tournaments, and they're making themselves look better than they actually are using cheat software. Now, my problem has always been with YouTube and with Twitch. With Twitch, I guess it's more so the cheat software, but in YouTube you can put together something with editing software that makes you look better than you are. So you are appearing to be something that you are not. And like I don't know if it's a pressure to excel. I don't know if it's a I suspect that that is some of it. peer pressure to be as good as your favorite, you know, gamer that's really good. Like, for instance, Shroud. I do like Shroud quite a lot. He is naturally talented. He has a lot of talent, but he's also put in a lot of hours, a lot of time to be that good. And so maybe people looking up to him and thinking, "Oh man, I want to be as good as he is," but they either want to cut corners or they just don't have the natural talent. Perhaps me, I don't think I have that natural talent. I don't have the timing, and I also don't have that mindset of I'm that serious about it. I don't. Everybody everybody wants to win from time to time. Sure, I understand that, but to win at the detriment of others when you haven't earned it, like that one is harder for many people, I think, to understand. Maybe it comes from a greed thing that they just want to. I mean, this guy here looks like a professional gamer, so esports tournaments, um, and they want to make money. They want to be successful. They want to be rich. You know, but again, they're trying to earn it by cutting corners, which is not good. So aside from that, coming back to that is the reason why I'm I'm against using editing software. I want you to see me play the game. Now, but people who know me know that I'm terrible at video games. Like, yeah, they know. Like, my friend Swift, he's, yeah, I swear sometimes I can see him rolling his eyes, even though I can't see him. He lives in another part of the United Kingdom. Um, but yeah, I'm sure sometimes he's, oh, why can he not just hit whatever it is, or just do whatever it is? Yeah, and that's fair. I don't. Yeah, I'm not against that. I'm not particularly great, but I'm also not trying to fool you into thinking that I'm something that I'm not. And I could. Editing software has become very, very good. And if I practiced really, really hard, which, I mean, if I was going to put that much effort into editing or learning to edit, then I could just learn to get better at whatever game it is. So you see, it's really the same amount of time. It's the same as in the Minecraft video. I spent more time actually setting up all that dynamite and building the blast wall. I could have just tunneled through that mountain by myself manually. It again, it's cutting corners. So that's why I'm not entirely keen on using the software. Now, again, like I just know people are going to be upset, like, oh, you're saying editing software is bad. No, that's not what I'm saying. The editing software can be very, very good depending on the use case scenario. I've seen very well put together videos using editing software. For instance, reaction videos, it can work really, really well. I mean, all videos, it can work really well if you're using it, I suppose, in the right way. I don't like this idea of fake. Yeah, if you want to do that, hey, I mean, that's on you. I can only talk about me and how I feel. This is not about you. This is not preaching to you. None of that. You do you. But for me, I don't really want to use it because I don't want to put across being something that I'm not. I want to be human and down to earth. I'm just the same as everybody else. There's 8 billion people on this earth. I'm just one. I'm just one person, and that's it. Make I do this for fun. Hopefully somebody gets something out of it. If they do, cool. If they don't, that's okay too. Um, I enjoy it, so I'm getting something out of it, and that's good. It's not about money, it's not about fame, it's not about any of that. So why do I need to put across being something that I'm not? If there was large amounts of money involved, maybe that is its, its own pressure. You know, the thought of that money and what you could do with it, uh, leads you astray and leads you to make decisions that maybe you shouldn't, or are maybe not a good idea, because you're going to get caught out. That's the other thing. It's like people who cheat, and they're always like, I'm not going to get caught, or people that lie. Yeah, I'm not going to get caught. You'll get caught. You, you always get found out. You're always going to get caught. It might be weeks, it might be months, it might be years, but you're going to get caught because everything you do in life has consequences. But that's far too preachy, and I don't care about any of that. But for me, this is why I don't really want to edit videos. And the other reason is I would have to learn it. It takes time. It would take time out of my day. And if I've had a long day at work, um, you know, things like that, I'm tired. So there's that side of it. There's another side, and I'm going to be quite honest with you and quite real. I'm lazy. I'm lazy as heck. There, I said it. I'm not doing any of this for money. So in order to put that much in, I would have to start getting something out. I would have to start buying that software. I would have to, buy very good software. There probably is free software, and it's probably pretty good. I may even down the road look into it so I can make some videos better, because I'm all about improving and making things better for you, not for me. It doesn't matter to me, but for you, sure. But at what point am I pouring in so much and not getting anything out that I then have to be thinking, well, hang on a minute, you know, now I need to be getting something out of this. So it's, again, everything is about balance. It's that fine balance. Um, so that's why if the question ever comes up, or you're looking at a video and you're like, oh man, this could do with some editing. Like, damn, like he's died like 5 times now. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. I want you to see that I'm doing badly. I want you to see that it's real. Because here's the thing, if you're watching videos all the time of people who are just good at a game, good at a game, good at a game, get good, and all of these things that I've heard over the years, does that start infecting you? Does that start getting into your mind, and then you start spending hours that you don't have trying to get good at something? And then you start, you're underperforming in other things that are more of a priority than this thing is. Because for most people, gaming is a hobby. It's a few hours, maybe a week, if you're a parent, if you lead a busy life, if you have a social life. Hopefully you do, so that you're going out and you're doing lots of other things, so you don't have the time to put in that kind of work, you know so therefore, who is it that you're trying to impress? The people on the screen, if they're professionals, have found the time. They're maybe in a situation where they can dedicate that time, or perhaps they just have natural talent. But for everybody that has natural talent, there are other people that don't. There, when I first started gaming, and I would say this is still true to an extent. When I first started gaming, I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to figure it out. I'd never used a keyboard. I'd never used a computer. I mean, building it was was a monumental thing, and then I'm going to play on it, and it's like I didn't know what I was doing, and I think sometimes I still don't know what I'm doing. Like, often if a game has grenades in it, I don't use them usually because I just forget about them. And if a game has too many options or mechanics, I do. I'll admit it. I tend to get lost. I'm like, man, I prefer games that are more simple. It's, I don't have so many things to do because again, it's not supposed to be a job. Yeah, I don't read books, backwards, upside down in a dark room just to make it more challenging. And hey, again, you can do that if you want to, but most people generally don't. So why would I do it with a video game? I just want to enjoy it and have fun and burn off, kill a few hours, get immersed in a world that has been created for me by exceptional artists and designers, making a detailed world for me to get lost in. That's what I want. And yes, if you have natural talent or you're in the position where you can train, for hours and hours a day to be good at a game, absolutely go for it. But then to cheat, you know, it's not a good feeling. And at some point you must know, that what you're achieving you didn't achieve. It's like I've had it kind of occasionally. Sometimes I've put a game onto story mode, right? Because I'm more about the story and exploration, things like that, and the fighting side of it to me is more of a secondary thing. The primary thing is story, exploration, just robbing everything that's not nailed down. I think that's more some sort of conditioning of video games, to be fair. But those sort of things, so exploring and story, good story that and characters that make me feel something for them. Those are the things that are important to me, and everybody's different. Some people just want to go into a PvP thing and beat up on each other, which is cool because you're doing the thing that you like in a game, or you do want to, go hard, the the highest level that the game allows, you know, and try and achieve. That fair enough. But I've sometimes played the story mode game and I've beaten a boss, and I have had that feeling of like, oh man, that was too easy, and the achievement I've got, I don't feel like I've really earned it. Surely that must be the same feeling. That feeling must be there when you're competing, you know, at the at the at the highest levels, but you're actually not. You're cheating. So the accolades and awards that you've gotten, you didn't really get. So yeah, that's it. But I'm not calling out any of these people. I don't know who this guy is. He's on the list, so I'm guessing he's there for a reason. But I'm not calling him out. I'm not calling you out. None of that. You know, again, if it doesn't concern me personally, I'm not too bothered. But I don't want to come across in a way that is false. That's all. Because on the internet, you do find there is a lot of just false, just people pretending to be or have things that it's not real. It's fake, and then it makes other people envious, which maybe is the point. I don't know. Um, yeah, don't be envious of what other people have. Be grateful for the things that you do have. There are always going to be people that have more than you, less than you, but just be grateful for what you have. In my opinion, take listen to that advice or don't. It's cool. But yeah, so that's it. that's all I really wanted to say. Um, Again, not trying to preach to anybody about anything really. Just, any of the videos I make, if you think that I'm coming across preachy, that's really not my intention. I cannot speak for others. I'm not an ambassador or an emissary for the human race, or for this gender, or this race of people. In my case, white people. None of that. I don't speak for anybody. I only speak for me and my thoughts of what I see, which are probably, not necessarily relevant. Might be relevant for some people, not relevant for others. So if I come across as preachy, that's not really the point I'm trying to make. I'm just, in this particular instance, I don't want to edit my videos, and that's the reason why. Okay, so uh, be safe, everybody. Yeah, it's tough out there, and have a beautiful, morning, day, evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're safe and well, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye for now.